another episode of the SJWitcher. So, we've finally finished up the White Orchard campaign, or part of the campaign, the section, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to move on to Velen, which is a much larger land. We'll just pull up on the map right now to give you a sense. So this area that we're looking at right now is about the size of our last area we were in. And here is Velen. It's friggin' huge. We have our first actual cities. We have Oxenfurt down in this area and Novograd, which we're going to save till last. I think we will do just about everything else until or before we get to that point. But lots of interesting stuff to cover. Let's see where we're at. We're going to start out with this message board right here. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We're not in that area. We're by the hangman's tree. So we're going to start out with this message board. This will be our first place that we go and take a look at. And that should get us into the game. Now, we already see some enemies. But they're all just wild dogs. So, as usual, no reason to kill a bunch of dogs. Just because they happen to be hungry. Going to avoid them and see what we can see. And these villages tend to be a lot bigger than White Orchard was as well, and a lot more of them actually have, you know, trading posts, barkeeps, all that sort of thing. This one obviously has been affected by war recently, as has this whole region. Like this is basically it's called no man's land for a reason. The two major empires, the Redanians and Novgardians, are kind of set up on either side of it. Oh, that was quite a big yawn there. As I talk here, I'm gonna start sharing my feed, so maybe we can get some more people in. One thing, if you happen to be a leftist content creator of any kind, whether you're a live streamer or you just make videos or podcasts or whatever, and put them out there, I'm trying to organize a couple of different pages into basically creator collectives, for lack of a better term. So we have Left Pod Radio as one of those on Facebook, and we have Left Signal Boost TV also on Facebook. And already had some success, I should say, with Left Signal Boost TV. Myself and now two other groups of people that create content are all streaming to that page, and I'm trying to get more people involved. So it's especially a good opportunity for smaller creators, those that haven't quite built their audience yet, because the page itself has about 1,000 followers in the case of Left Signal Boost TV. And the other page, Left Pod Radio, has a little over 500 followers. So in both cases, you're getting access to a huge new potential audience for yourself. And we've had success ourselves, us three who have been sharing our live streams, have had a lot of crossover in our audience, and we've managed to grow each of our presences quite a bit. So I'm trying to get more people involved with that. And basically all you have to do if you're interested in this sort of a program is you go to either one. So if you're doing videos and video live streams, you go to Left Signal Boost TV. That's where we're doing the streaming collective for that. And if you're doing podcasts, you go to Left Pod Radio. So you find each of those, or either of those, or both of those, if you do both, on Facebook, and find the messages about our partner program, and then you just follow the instructions. And basically all you have to do is submit a link to your content so that we can see that you're, at the very least, a leftist creator. And that's about it. We'll give you access, we'll give you admin privileges, and then you can link up. If you do multi-streaming, you can link up your accounts that way. I'm going to go in here. And and that's it. And then we just help each other out with cross promoting and stuff like that. Help with shares to the various left book groups across Facebook. Um, yeah, it's been a good time so far. So if you're interested in that, come on by and let me know. Oh, that's right. I have to interact as myself in order to share it. So it's just sharing out the stream to whoever might be interested. Uh, there we go. Here's the easy share. We'll share to a few places. Live streaming commune. LeftWitch. Bosch posting. And we'll do to that one. There's a few gamer sites that I like to post to when I'm doing this game. Just another way to get people interested in left politics and also, have some entertainment to boot. That's probably all we'll share to right now. I don't put as much emphasis on getting this particular series out, this Witcher series, because it's a pretty casual thing. It's more for fun and to give people another way to interact. People that might like the gaming side of things, and also have once in a while some politics thrown in. Okay, so we're gonna read all the messages here. A lonely wood screams carry long shadow. Screams carry long. Oh, in lonely woods, screams carry long. Shadows creep far in deep dark dale. Beware ye the grove's wild song, or in the wild will end your tale. Okay, pretty ominous. From the innkeep, you'll be buying your drinks at the inn in the Crossroads. At the Crossroads with Novograd crowns. We take no other coin. We don't do tabs either. No exchanges, save for eat or drink. And if anyone doesn't like that, they can go rut for acorns. Okay. So Novograd is the largest city in this world, basically, and it's what was considered a free city. So it considers itself to be under the thumb of no monarch. That's not to say that there's not also. Oh, I'm going to move my camera a little bit. That's not to say that there's not people that rule the city. It's just more akin to like a city state, like an independent city state, than being, say, a capital. But the various empires are vying over control of it right now. So we have Redanian, the last powerful northern realms kingdom, and then from the south comes the Novgardians, who have apparently a very large empire that just keeps growing and expanding. Notice, consider yourself informed. Every man with a producing milch cow, that's an interesting way to spell milk, is obliged to bring it to Crow's Perch before the week's end. After that, we find a cow in any man's yard. We'll give him 50 lashes on the spot. The man, not the cow. Glad they clarified that. And take all the other goods of his we can carry. Anyone reporting a man hiding a cow will get a sack of grain as a reward. So, shaking down the peasants. And so here we have a third force in the area, and we'll come to meet them later on. And this is the Bloody Baron and his men. He's a former lieutenant or something. Oh, I tried to turn that overlay off, but it didn't work. That's annoying. Former lieutenant in the Temerian army, some low-ranking, officer, who once the Temeria was basically no more, took his detachment and kind of holed up in this place called Crow's Perch, which will come to the story quite a bit. But the area itself is kind of under famine right now. It's been ravaged so much from constant war that crops have not been planted right or on time, and there's just a food shortage everywhere. So even the Baron himself is feeling the squeeze, and so he's gonna shift that pain onto the peasants. So whatever you think about that. Kind folk, for lack of better fare, I fed my young'uns pancakes made of ground acorn. The poor tykes of lain on the straw for 3 days since, their bellies growing something awful, getting sick and crying without end. If you know how to help, come to my hut. I have not to give them in return but a warm word and a prayer of thanks. Visi. Well, I know a thing about acorns, and what you need to do to actually grind them into flour is you have to leach out the tannins. They're very high in what's called tannins, which, yeah, will upset your stomach and make it very hard to digest and very bitter as well. Tannins are bitter. So if you don't set it into water for a certain number of days, or a lot of Native Americans would take it in a pouch, basically, almost like a fishnet sort of a thing, and they would put it into a stream or a river, and just let the tannins naturally leach out. And at that point, you can grind it into flour without much trouble. It's actually a pretty good replacement for traditional grains, especially when we're talking about a permaculture system. It's very difficult to grow grains in a permaculture system because they tend to take up a lot of space for the nutrition that you get, and they tend to want to be more monoculture than your typical permaculture practitioner is going to want to accommodate. But acorns, that's another route. Also nuts. You can make basically any kind of nut into a flour. So there are other options to supplement that grain. Potatoes, of course, too. Potatoes grow a little bit nicer than most grains. Don't take quite as much land. Yeah. I thought that'd be an interesting little side note there. Good folk, if you see any wonders hanging in the woods, such as treats fit for a Yule time dangling off branches, ginger bakings, honeyed apples, fritters, or pies, then no matter how fierce your belly growls, turn back. Whoever partakes in these treats is never seen amongst the living again. We'll find more about that later on. Missing wife. Good people, take pity and hear my plea. My wife Hannah, she's missing. A few days ago, she went into the woods and hasn't yet returned. I'm near out of my wits with worry. Will pay any price to a man who brings her back to me, or at least tells me where to look for her. Nylan, hunter from Blackbow. All right, so that looks like that's going to be our first contract. We'll go ahead and read those. Oh, it's a lot long. Let's do this here. Missing wife. We'll read that one again, even though for some reason it makes you read it twice. I don't quite understand the purpose of that, but yeah, we'll go through all these ones. The Wild Hunt. You know what? I'm not going to read the books right now. We'll save the books for later. But there we go. Now we have a quest, Wild at Heart. So we got to talk to the hunter Neelan. Mulberrydale. So we have a new marker, so we can do fast travel back to this point. How far? Oh, he's quite far away. I don't think there's any sort of an inn or any real tradespeople in this tiny little village. So we can either take a look at those. Why don't we do it that way? We'll do this unknown location first, and then we'll kind of hook up and around and come back down. Oh, there's a notice board up there too, so we can look at that as well. Oh, this is the Devil's Pit, isn't it? Even though it's calling itself an undiscovered location. We'll go ahead and look at that first, actually. But we're not going to have much to do there. It's like a mining colony sort of a thing, but it's full of bandits. Bandits that aren't really doing us any direct harm. And so rather than just go in and murder them, I think again we'll keep with our rule of trying to murder as few people as possible. And that's not always possible. definitely not always possible. But as much as possible, I think we should try and keep with that. Because a lot of these people are just desperate people who have taken to... Oh, wait. These dogs... What are... Oh, no, they're neckers. Let's go. Neckers, on the other hand, that's definitely within... No, I don't know why it's not letting me do that right now. That's annoying. Anyway, we'll get off. Neckers are within my purview, for sure. Keeping people safe from monsters, that's kind of what I do. So we get some Quen going here. There's quite a few of these little buggers. I'm still relatively low level, so hopefully they're not too high level. 6. Well, we're going to find out. Now, I think Igni is going to be our best friend here, because they tend to attack in packs. Pinned down real quick here if we're not careful. There's one. Oh, gotta get out of that circle. Don't want to be in there. Getting surrounded. That's no good. Oh man, there are quite a few of them here. I wish it would stop doing that. Return to the game. Oh boy, now we're really getting pummeled. And these are quite a bit above my level. So I may just have to bite the bullet and back out for now. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Gotta jump out of there. Get some more swallow going. Not liking this fight so much. Alright, so we are beginning to get some momentum on these guys. Hopefully our luck can hold. Ooh, now they're all kind of pinned in here. trying to pop me out of here. I don't know what the deal is with that. Alright. That's all the ones I can see so far. But they also do like to burrow. There's almost certainly a monster lair around here somewhere. Oh boy. And now we're starting to get some mutagens. And mutagens are pretty important to this game. They help enhance all your stuff. You need them for certain decoctions. Although I don't think there is a Necker decoction that I'm aware of. Nothing comes to mind anyway. So we get all these different sorts of mutagens. And if you get enough of them, you can combine them, make them more powerful even. I'm still hearing some Neckers, so I think we probably got another little cluster of them. I might be out of swallow. I got one more dose of swallow. So perhaps we need to use it. Where the heck is this one? Oh, it's way down here. Okay. Alright. Now you'd think we would come upon a monster nest. I believe I see it. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it's just the way the light's shining off the rocks. But there's so many of them here. There has to be some sort of a monster nest around. Question is where? I mean, it's got to be somewhere. I'm real surprised we haven't come across it yet, in fact. Very strange. Huh. You don't usually see that many Neckers without there being a nest nearby. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're just going to have to take the L on that one. Thought for sure there would be one though. That's strange. Oh well. That's all wild dogs down there. Quite a few wild dogs at that. Can't really even see him though. So I'm trying to see if maybe I can use my voice senses. I don't know. These are just more wild dogs up here. Huh. Well, I guess there isn't a nest. Oh well. So up here we have. It's not called the Devil's Punch Bowl, but that's the name that comes to mind. Devil's Punch Bowl is a diving pool. Devil's Pit. There we go. So we'll just go take a look and see if we can loot anything without getting into too much trouble yet. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Quite a lot to loot. Sometimes there's like one left that's at a strange angle. There we go. And the loot thing doesn't want to come up. Now, if we were greedy, and we didn't really care about human life that much, we're like, screw it, this is just how you make your way in the world. We could go in there and fight a bunch of people and get a bunch of loot. But that's not what we're going to do. We're just going to leave these people be. We got the little fort set up. I mean, they're pretty far from most villages anyway. So it's really hard to justify the slaughter of a bunch of people that literally have done nothing to you. Just so you can take their stuff. I mean, I know it's the game, but, you know, trying to add some extra dimension to the game and its choices. We got a lot of stuff there. We have all our fancy pants and stuff to sell. I wonder if I should hang on to one of them. If it'll ever come in handy again. Probably not. I don't think it will. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Orange. Silver mug. Lots of new crafting stuff. Nice. Let's see if we can do some alchemy. So, we can make a blue mutagen. We'll start with that. And we can make a green mutagen. Alcohol. Devil's puffball. Ooh, we have a lot of that. And we have a lot of grape shot. I think grape shot's more useful than the devil's puffball. Oh, we can make it too, though. Cool. So now we have some more of that. Decoctions are what I'm really after. But we have a lot of stuff that we haven't even encountered yet. Owlghouls. Echidna? Echidna. Interesting. Grave hag. Catacan. I don't think I've encountered that in any of the times I've played this game. Leshen. That's an interesting one. He's basically like a living embodiment of the earth. So we may not even go after him, but I know we got some oils we can make. So we'll do that. Oils enhance your blades, so they cause more damage. White honey. Let's make some white honey too. And cat, we're missing an ingredient. Water essence. So we'll keep on the lookout for water essence. And let's see, spectre oil. We need arenaria. Good to know. Wyvern. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Each blow landed increases attack power until the fight ends or damage other than that from toxicity is taken. So, like, you know, as long as you can keep slashing, your damage just keeps going up and up and up. That's pretty good. Trident points. Yeah. Echidna. I have no idea. I've never seen this monster in my life. Grave hag. That's a pretty good one. Each foe slain accelerates vitality regeneration for the duration of the battle. That's pretty good. Get some momentum going. Increases critical hit chance. Portion of the damage dealt by enemies is reflected back on the attacker. That's a pretty good one. Water Hag, damage dealt is increased with when vitality is at maximum. Wraith we already got. And Wyvern. So we already have a Viper Steel Sword. Silver Sword, that is. Right, that's what we got. Our Viper Silver Sword. Our Velen Long Sword. Okay. Let's continue on. Good to see you, Blatt. How you doing? Yeah, if you have any questions about gardening or permaculture or anything too, as well as anything about politics or whatever, this is a pretty chill session. So I'm always open to stuff. But yeah, I do not check my Discord DMs that often. I should get in a better habit of doing that. So yeah, anything you got for me? We're ready for it. Let's find out where we're going next. That was a pretty fun time last night, wasn't it? I mean, despite all of the trolls and whatnot, it actually helped to better flesh out some of those ideas, I thought, that we're talking about. We're going to leave this stuff alone for right now. I believe that's a Nilfgaardian thing. So we'll get all the stuff when we actually have to go up into Oxenfurt. But I don't think our quests are going to take us there for a little bit. We'll just go check out this unknown zone. Ah, cool. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Any way you want to do it, I'm always happy to help. All right. Moving right along. Man, they sure love hanging people and just leave them there. That's like the Velen calling card, really. Alright, where are we going to get to a split? Some more wild dogs. We'll just run right past them. No worries. I know they're right close to the village, so I mean there can be a case to be made to kill them, but I just don't see the need. I'm sure the people know about them as well. Alright, so we're getting some rockier terrain. What are you? What are you? I can't. Oh, there's a monster down here. Okay. Let's just slow on down. I'm not even quite sure what that monster was that we passed. I didn't really see any. Oh, I guess we can't jump over. Oh, hey. Just happened upon a loot crate. Or a crate to loot. Precision bolts. Alright. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing too. I don't tend to like debates. I think the way that especially like the sort of debates you see online and like, you know, I guess modern day debates is the one that comes to mind as kind of the worst offender. It's whatever is spicy is what gets emphasized. It's a lot of rhetorical tricks without all that much substance. Oh, that's another bandit camp. Oh, well. kill if you love the gods. I can see that I don't think it's particularly useful. Why is that guy just sitting out there in the middle? It said monster den. But now, oh yeah, see there's monsters down there. Weird. Wonder if that guy was staking out the monsters. But yeah, about debate culture. I can definitely agree. There are certain cases where I think it is useful, even if it's really vile people on the other side. But in that case, it really relies on more rhetoric and looking strong and confident, in the hopes that those really terrible people's followers will stop following them. Let's see what I got. Okay, I already know about. I got it. I got it. Yep. Yep. We only have necrophage and cursed oil. We don't even have ogre oil. So, no. Okay, cool. Wish that tutorial stuff would go away. So yeah, so when it's like debating Nazis and stuff like that, then if you can make them look stupid, there's a chance that their followers will just go away and not follow them anymore, because they tend to worship shows of strength and confidence and that sort of thing. So they're pretty fickle in that regard. On the other hand, if it's, especially if it's like between leftists, what is the purpose there? Just to you know, dominate someone who agrees with you about 90% of things? That doesn't make any sense. And then also, like I was saying, it's just the rhetorical tricks and the ways that you can make your opponent look foolish, and have that be the way you win rather than just presenting good arguments. I don't know how much that actually helps move anyone's position on anything, because you end up adopting positions based on who looks cool. It's just aesthetics rather than any sort of, oh, I need to deal with that. And rather than any sort of substantive thing. So what really is the point? So we got blue mutagens. This is a lesser, and we got a bigger one. We're going to pop that one in. So now we have the synergy. So my delusion will be even more powerful. Looking forward to using that more. Yeah, and even last night when I was arguing with those idiots, it was hard to keep my cool. It was hard to stay focused, especially when, and there may be a better term for it, but I come up with the term of spaghetti wall, and it's a technique where you throw out an argument, you see if it sticks. It's like checking to see if spaghetti is ready. So you throw a noodle against the wall, and if it doesn't stick, it's not ready. And it's the same sort of thing. So they'll throw out this talking point. Usually it's not even a full-fledged argument. It's just like, socialism has failed every time it's been tried. I'm like, okay, here's an example then of where it's not failed. And instead of saying, oh yeah, I guess you're right, maybe I should refine my position, they just say, well, it's just the way of the world. And I'll be like, well, hold on, you've just moved on to another argument. You didn't even, what was the point of that first one other than just a gotcha? Oh man, I'm really not doing all this. I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing here. Oh, would you stop doing that? So they'll, if you let them, they'll just keep doing that. They'll pivot and pivot and pivot and pivot. And every time you refute something they say, instead of saying, yeah, maybe you're right, or that I haven't thought about that before, they just pull up a different argument. So I call it spaghetti walling. But maybe there's a better word for it. But I kind of like that. I kind of like it as a turn of phrase. I think it describes pretty well what is happening. Because they don't actually care about any of their arguments. It's just talking points. It's like I guess another way to put it would be like fishing for gotchas. So you throw out one lure. Oh, this lure didn't work. You throw out another lure. Oh, that one didn't work either. It couldn't just be that I'm wrong. Or, oh, no, that was the wrong one to do. I meant to do one. You know, it couldn't be that I'm misinformed or anything. No. It has to be that I just haven't found the right gotcha yet. I'm like, that sort of discourse certainly does nothing. And a lot of times it's not meant to do anything either. It's just people being like, haha, you're stupid for believing the things you believe. Now I'm going to make you look stupid in front of a lot of people with my boss talking points. But so it's never meant to actually inform or move along discussion or find the truth or anything, really. There's many things that debate and discussion can do, but when it gets to stuff like that, it's obvious that is not the motive. So I always try to parry it and, you know, turn it into a learning experience. And a lot of times guys will get mad. Like I've had it happen several times where guys will get mad, and it's almost always guys. Let's be real. Guys will get mad that you know, I'm taking too long to answer their question. I'm like, well, do you want an answer or do you want a soundbite that you can then just laugh at? And obviously they wanted the soundbite. Or the quick talking point that, you know, so we can go down the dialogue tree that they have planned out in their head. But that's not how the real world is. I mean, real world is a little more nuanced than a set of talking points and responses and responses to responses. Like those can be useful things for sure. Talking points can just deliver a nice tidy little packet of info rather quickly. That's true. But they can't be where you end up. If you want to have a real conversation, you really want to flesh out what the truth is, what people believe in, any of these sorts of things, at some point you have to have more than a talking point. Which means you have to have thought about it in more than just in terms of talking points and ways to own the other side. You actually have to have a real position. Ooh. Got a disc glare anyway. Let's see if we can use that one. I don't think it's going to be better than our sword. No, not even close. But that'll be nice to sell. Would have banned the second one? I definitely considered banning the second one. He was clearly just there to you know, to own the libs, which is so funny when you're not even a lib. But yeah, he had nothing to say. And that's the other part of it, is if you have a whole bunch of people in there all at once who are making claims and throwing out stupid conservative talking points, it's hard to pivot back and forth between the two. Especially one of them is a lot less good faith than the other. So I tried to just focus on the one dude. And the thing about these guys is if you don't give them attention, they do end up leaving. So the second one I barely responded to, and I'd say there's maybe a 50-50 shot that they'll ever come back. So the problem may, I mean, the point is the problem may just solve itself, and like, I'm fine with that. But if he does come back and he does have some things to say, we'll try to engage in conversation, make it more than just a gotcha game. But if they prove that they can't handle that, then I'll either ignore, or if they get really nasty about it, then yeah, that's when you just ban. But I try to give people a little bit of leeway, not just ban them because they're making shitty points or repeating things their conservative uncle has told them. Where are we at right now? Okay, so we got a bunch of underground stuff. I should probably get ready because there's probably going to be stuff in here. that is going to be a more difficult fight than most. Wraith Decoction. That's probably going to be the one that we'll use to get us through. It's like your emergency Quen shield. We'll use that one. Oh, that's not... hold on 1 second. I gotta move this out of the way. Alright, here we go. So that ought to keep us pretty well going into whatever's in there. I don't actually remember what's in this particular cave. Keep Axie on hand. Back to gardening. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't recall what area of the world or the country you're in, but yeah, good luck with whatever you're doing to prep for gardening. So it's my favorite hobby for sure. There's nothing like really just getting in contact with the earth and you know, being part of something, being part of the ecosystem in a really big and substantial way, really. Having a positive impact. You hear all the time about all the negative impacts people have on the planet. Oh, whoa. Tons of diagrams. So it's nice to kind of just be that counterbalance to all that. And I feel like gardening can be that. Especially once you start getting into real permaculture principles, then it goes from mere gardening to basically being a co-creator of the environment. Ah, all right. We're good with that. Knackers. They have an interesting way of gathering themselves. Oh, that's gonna be... Yeah, there's a lot of these guys. Jeez. Definitely get those numbers down quick. Oh, there we go. There we go. Fire is usually pretty good crowd control. Let's hit. Nope. Couldn't quite capitalize on that. Now we're getting some momentum. Is that the last one? I think there was one that burrowed in, it sounded like. There he is. And that should do it. Not too bad that time. So the question is open-ended. It's more seeing if there's something I don't know I should be concerned with. I priced wood and metal, and they're not affordable. Okay. And they'll rot. But concrete might last till I die, and it's significantly cheaper. I figured that the contractor can answer what is structurally sound. But beyond that, it's more vague. I know it will lose water, but that's good in the swamp. Okay, so you have an abundance of water. That's good. I know it'll hold heat, and that will be a challenge. Okay, so it sounds like you're building some raised beds, which is an awesome way to do things. A few things to consider when you're building raised beds. Number one, the materials you get should be low in the amount of chemicals that they leach into the soil. So you never want to use treated wood. You definitely never want to use railroad ties. That's about the worst thing you can build a raised bed out of. Even though railroad ties don't rot, it's because they have tons of chemicals that prevent them from doing so. Chemicals that are not safe to come in contact with food. There is, however, wood that is naturally rot resistant. So if you really want to do things out of wood, I would suggest looking into getting cedar. And if it's cedar 2x4s, cedar whatever it is, cedar is naturally very rot resistant. So if you want to do things that way, and you don't have to worry as much, if you are worried about it holding on to heat, like if you're in a warmer climate, the wood is going to heat up less than say concrete or some other sort of denser material. Now it sounds like you have a lot of water, so that might be a good thing, because in general raised beds tend to shed water much more quickly than just planting things in the ground. So you may not have to worry about that at all. But just keep an eye on it, though. You might be surprised how fast the water drains through the system. I know there's other things in here. I've already gotten turned around in this stupid cave, though. Yeah, so just keep those things in mind. I've built some pretty good raised beds out of lumber before that I'm that have worked really well. And actually, I don't think my mom even waters them that much. So, yeah. Hope that helps a little bit anyway. Deep South, effectively the swamp. Okay. So, another thing to keep in mind when you're doing raised beds is I'm gonna assume that what you're growing is going to be more likely annuals. So your classic vegetables, peas, tomatoes, lettuce, that sort of thing. Stuff that you have to plant year after year. And if that's the case, annuals just in general take more maintenance than perennials, which is okay if you situate them in the right place on the property. So wherever you're situating your raised beds, it should be a place that you go every day. So maybe, I don't know how big of a property you're looking at, but it could be like, on the path to your garage if you have a detached garage. It could be right outside your kitchen window or your back deck or whatever you have going on. Because what you don't want to do is make extra work for yourself. And that's exactly what can happen if you place it in the wrong place. So you always got to be mindful of that. I think this is where I came in, is it not? I always get turned around in these caves. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think I came in here. So there's those considerations too to keep in mind where you're placing it. You can also do what's known as straw bale gardening, and it's pretty much how it sounds. You take straw bales, and make sure you get straw bales. You don't want hay bales, because hay bales have seed, and you're going to have more weeds to contend with. But if you want, especially if you just want like a temporary garden for like a year or two, straw bale could be the way to go on that. So you just take the straw bales and treat them as though they are a raised bed with dirt. And then you plant you can orient it so that the straw is sticking straight up and down. And then you just kind of, peel it back as you plant your starts. You want to use starts rather than seeds, usually with straw bale. And you just plug it right in. And, it's almost like an instant garden. And depending on how good of a source you have, that could be the cheapest option of all. Again, with the straw bales, there is more water loss So you got to be a little careful. But as long as you're keeping, if it's in a place where you're looking at it every day, that should never be a problem. You should be able to tell when your plants are getting thirsty, or they need care of some kind or another. So I'll also recommend too that you plant things in patches. So if you want to have tomatoes, just make a patch of tomatoes in one spot. Don't do long rows, because you're just helping out the insects that feed on those sorts of things. It's like, it would be like lining up all their food on a conveyor belt and just putting it right into their mouth. You want to do patches because that keeps insect predators, or I guess predator is not the right word for it, but insects that would feed on your plants, keeps them guessing a little more. And it also provides a wider range of habitat for beneficial insects. And that's another element you should definitely consider, is along with whatever vegetables or whatever that you plant, look into some plants that attract predator insects. A really great one in my area is called Yarrow. Um, I don't know about the southern plant palette and what you're able to use as much. That's not my area that I've really worked in all that much. But Yarrow's a good one. It doesn't really matter too much, as long as you're following the principle that you're attracting beneficial insects. And so wherever you're at, whatever zone you're at, yeah, side note about that one too, figure out what zone you're in if you don't know already. Look at the USDA hardiness zone. You can even do some searches by uh, zip code, and it'll tell you what hardiness zone you're in, and that's going to determine what plants do best where you're at. And hopefully you can find, I mean, well, definitely you'll be able to find some beneficial plants, or some beneficial insect attracting plants that you can plant alongside your other stuff. Um, yeah, Yarrow works well where I'm at. It attracts a lot of hoverflies. I've never seen a plant that attracts hoverflies better. And hoverflies will predate on other insect pests in the garden. There's plenty of plants like that. Annual side of things. Very cool. Right by the house. Perfect. Keep away from the where I want to apply permaculture techniques first. Cool. And keep in mind your so zones is how close you put things to basically your home base. And then sectors is where the different energy flows come in and out of your property. So keep that in mind too. If you want things to be more sheltered, the north side of your house is going to be a better place to have it. If you want things that like a lot of heat, like especially if you're doing things like peanuts or watermelon or other stuff that really loves the high heat, the west side of your house is probably the place to put it. If you need stuff that requires a whole lot of light, that's going to be a south side. And if you want things that warm up quickly in the morning, of course, that's the east side of your house. So do a sector analysis, and keep in mind things like wind too. Wind can be good for plants. It can also be bad for plants. You want to have a little bit of wind because it helps. It works on plant tissue the way that working out works on human muscle. So you get these micro abrasions from just the plant blowing around in the wind, and it will seek to heal itself. And when it heals back stronger, just like we do with our muscles. When we work out, you get micro tears in your muscle fiber, and it signals your body to build back stronger. Um, so it's not as though you have to shelter everything from the wind. At the same time, be mindful. Where does that wind come from? If there's a storm, is it going to blow your entire plant bed apart? Um, and if so, do you need to have maybe something on the windy side to protect it? You could put up a trellis, or just a regular garden wall around it. Any number of things. Um, so that's important too. Let's see where I'm headed now. We're done with that little cave. That was a nice little diversion. We'll go up here next. So I think I remember that the quest that I'm actually tracking right now. Talk to the hunter Neil, and it's way far away. It might not even be on our level yet. I think we might be too low level to actually go and do it. Because it involves fighting a werewolf, if I'm thinking of the right one. Have I been up here? I think I've been up here already. Interesting they give that to you as a first quest. Oh yeah, I've already looted this stuff, so yes, I have been here. I always tell when Geralt's sticky fingers has been through. How do I get over to where I'm going? I need to look at the map again. Okay, so it's basically just straight. What I should be looking at. Don't worry about. Oh. I see. It's a bunch of bandits. I wonder if that's where that lone bandit came from. He just kind of wandered up here somehow. Person in distress. So this adds a wrinkle to how we treat bandits. Which is the greater good. Saving a person, you don't actually know if they're innocent or not. You don't know if they're just as bad as the bandits. You don't know if they've what they've done really to find themselves being kidnapped and locked up. And on the other hand, is it worth slaughtering a whole bunch of people, again, who have done nothing to you and are just trying to make a living in the world? But does that mean they should be doomed to death because of that? Is it okay to kill all these people because they're so-called bad guys? I think I'm still gonna fall on the no side right now, unless I hear a good argument why. Because it's gonna be, it looks like a cluster of at least 5 people that I would have to kill in order to free one. I don't know. I just don't know. That always makes things more difficult when they have prisoners. You know, if this is just a superhero movie, of course, we'd sweep in, we would kill all the bad guys who are obviously bad, just to the core. It's essential part of who they are. And we wouldn't think twice about it. And to save one innocent person, because people that are captured are always innocent people in that sort of a world. Oh, I'm getting caught in these damn trees. Oh, shoot, that's another bandit. Definitely want to get out of this area. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards leaving him alone, even though there is a person in distress. Because we don't know that they're going to kill them. We don't know that they're just holding them. They're not just holding them for ransom, and they would return them if the ransom was paid. A lot of factors. A lot of factors to consider that you don't know. And that's one reason I like this game, is things are not always cut and dry. There's moral ambiguity. And you really have to think about what it is at your core that you believe in. So we got a person in distress, and that's really sad. That's really sad. We're going to go up to this notice board. I always like just kind of wandering around and exploring these areas. I think this is out of our league right now. Alright. No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to call my horse. Call my horse. There we go. Is that as good as you can? You're way up on the ridge there, Roach. You couldn't have spawned a little closer? Where even are you? Here I am, bud. Alright, alright. This area is not easy to navigate through on a horse either. So we're gonna ride as fast as we can. Bandits be damned. Yeah, they're way overpowered for me anyway. Why have we stopped? Now, how are these Redanians not... Oh, they are attacking the bandit. See, that's not my business. I can't help it if they're going to get in a fight. I can't help it, though, if they're going to still come after me somehow. Because the stupid Redanian didn't actually attack him. Can we get down, please? There we go. Oh, level 9, cool. Can we attack, please, Yarrow? Old buddy, old pal. There's one down. I think this whole area is a little OP for us right now. And he's real happy about that one. I'm too low powered for this. The bandit's just the bandit's just sitting there. I guess he only cares about ghouls. That's funny. Alright. So we find ourselves on a battlefield, and that usually is some pretty choice looting grounds. We're just going to leave that quest for now. Now, let's see what you got to say there, Blatt. Get a lot of strong winds and hurricanes. Yeah, definitely a concern. I got a lot of trees to help mitigate it, but wanted to build a perimeter of trees and growing plants along with the south end. Maybe sunchokes and sunflower. Those can make a good screen. They're definitely not going to hold up to hurricane winds, but sunchokes can make a really good screen. And they're pretty well self-managing. They're not going to go out of control, but they will take over whatever spot you put them in. So be careful of that. You have to really like the sunchokes. And I highly recommend you look up a recipe for properly cooking sunchokes, because if you don't, let's just say beans ain't got nothing on sunchokes. I can sunchokes and sunflower, that sounds like a good mix. And can very easily use PVC to make a dome to cover over the beds temporarily during the bigger storms. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how strong a PVC dome is going to be. I never experienced a hurricane though, so it's hard for me to gauge just on my own experience. And the rule about windbreaks generally is you want to have them. What is it? Don't quote me on this, but I think the rule is something like as tall as they are is about as far as they will cover. So you want to have it close enough to whatever you're trying to shelter that it's going to be a real shelter. And also you don't want to have it be so impervious that it's going to end up causing turbulence, because you're not going to get the effect that you want. It has to have some permeability. What you're trying to do more than anything is just slow the wind as it comes through. So trees are fine for that. Um, Hedgerows, perhaps even better. And you live in an area where you probably can grow one of the best hedgerow crops there is, and that's Osage Orange. Especially if, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to fence in livestock, then yeah, Osage Orange, amazing. Really huge thorns, makes just a great natural barrier. And then also the fruit that it drops has citronella in it naturally, so it's a good mosquito deterrent, um, and other pest deterrent as well. It's a little bit out of my zone, so I can't quite grow it. But it's one of those ones that I always think about. Oh, climate change just gets a little bit worse. Maybe that'll be a tiny benefit, if you can even call it that. All right. Since we're up here with the message board anyway, we might as well look at it. But I think these quests are out of our league at this point. Ah, so now we start hearing about the witch hunters. Oh, wild hunt.
Right true. My sis said the same. Heard about that too.
Oh yeah, what's this guy? Shady merchant.
Interest you in a pass? Cheapest around, right here.
What kind of pass are we talking about?
Fartichoke, absolutely
Don't
true.
know.
I've experienced that
Aliens
firsthand.
hold all the forts across
But they
the
make good
Bronx, so
screens.
can't
They're
get through
pretty.
without a pass.
I would think they would work really well if you want to have just a natural screen for like poultry
So
even.
happens I've got a few to sell.
Although I don't know firsthand. That's just a hypothesis. Yeah, they make
What?
good food if you can cook
Dress
them
up
right.
like Radovid and buy a gilded carriage for that much.
What am I to do if you can't afford it?
Oh man, I don't have 100. I guess that's my only option, huh?
No deal.
Whoa, hold up. Might have a little work for you. Reduce the price for a job well done, eh?
Oh, let's see what kind of work.
What kind of work?
Probably won't be able to take it on until we're higher level, but
Just to the southeast. My sister's husband's got a business. He and some lads tidy up battlefields. Problem is, there's always swarms of shite bothering them. You know, them monsters drawn to corpses. Give them some protection, and I'll swing you one beautiful discount.
yeah, we'll agree to that. Even though again, I think it's pretty. It's going to be high level. I don't want to mind trick him into this because we don't even need the pass right now anyway.
All right. See what I can do.
Now wait a minute. Where? Oh, we're supposed to go out here. Interesting. Oh no, that's the guy who wants me to fend off the ghouls. And we are too low level for that. So we're going to have to find a different place to go. Never heard of Osage. It's a pretty cool tree. Careful not to put it next to any roadways, though, because they have literally spikes that will pop car tires. Yeah, a hedgerow is a really cool thing because you're stacking a lot of functions within it. You can have edible and medicinal plants in there, as well as ones that perform functions like keeping out animals or keeping animals in. Um, Oops, why did you do that? And you can also have habitat for things like native bees, which are super important if you have anything that needs pollinating. Native bees, best pollinators out there. And that includes things like bumblebees too. But there's a wide variety of native bees, and they would love to have habitat of a hedgerow, as well as other insects that can be beneficial to you, and other animals that can be beneficial to you. If you get the right snakes in there, you can help them set up residence. Of course, ones that are not going to be venomous, but that can help keep pest problems down. All sorts of things. So look into some hedgerows for sure. It's a cool multifunctional way to get a lot of stuff done, really.
Nothing left but to praise. Beg evil spares us at least.
So these guys are basically all refugees here. They're trying to flee Velen and get into Redania, and Redania controls all the bridges across the river at this point. Let's see what we got. Help good people. Is there a drop to drink in this shite hole of a camp? I've crossed half the world, or maybe even the whole damn thing, and I've never been in a place this dry. It's enough to drive a man to violence. If anyone's got some hooch hidden away, let him call my name Odrin. That's a joke from earlier one, The Witcher 2. It's this legend that a lot of bored soldiers would wander around yelling Odrin, because it's something about how if you yell, then if you say the name right, he'll appear and give you a drink or something like that. And I'll find him, and together we'll have a grand old time. Help on an old campaigner before he turns as parched as a rain bucket in a desert. Alright, we'll take that one. After the riots, in light of yesterday's incident at the conflict between men from Aedirn and Temeria that caused it, refugees are hereby ordered to separate into groups based on country of origin. Whoever fails to heed this will be banished from this camp. Commander Hubert Roden. Don't stray after dark. The regiment commander instructs all refugees staying in the camp not to wander outside its grounds after dark. Hostilities continue to surround the region, and Redanian guards shall treat anyone encountered outside the camp after dark as an enemy. So probably referring to the bandits. Burying the dead. This camp commander has ordered that all the dead be buried only in designated burial sites. Burying bodies near the transit camp might contribute to the spread of plague, and bodies buried in unallotted ground will be exhumed and cremated. Probably just best to cremate everyone at this point. But. Missing George Lessick. George Lessick, if you made it to this camp, be sure to leave a message. I don't know how much longer I'll stay, but perhaps we'll meet. Don't forget. Don't look for your da. He's dead. Make yourself known. No, we won't even take that message. We'll leave that up for the person who needs it. Contract Woodland Beast. Let the following be known far and wide. There's a monster out there in the woods outside Novograd doing great damage to our war effort. Anyone who tracks it down and kills it will not only fulfill a patriotic duty and bring the inevitable victory of United Northern Forces under the leadership of our brave King Radovid one step closer, but will also get a sizable coin reward as recompense for his trouble. Together, onward to victory. Captain Felix Grubb. Addendum. Note, the reward has not yet been claimed. Addendum. Attention. If the monster is not killed within the end of the present month, taxes in the entire region will be raised 1/5. Well, we better pick up that one. We don't want to have some group punishment. So we got some undiscovered locations. Let's see that one. So he's wait. So he's just right here. Okay, cool. We'll talk to him.
Huh?
Huh?
What do you want?
What do you want? Hear about the notice.
Hear about the notice. Got monster trouble?
Trio's most excited
Good one.
was Pawpaws. Oh yeah.
We're up shit fucking creek.
I didn't know pawpaw leaves could be used to make natural pesticide. That's really cool.
Every plough and transport that
Yeah.
dares take the high road.
I would love to be
We're
able to
after
grow
boats, arrows, rations, all around.
pawpaws
Boats.
for sure.
Sent a patrol out. Looks never came back.
So this contract we'll pick up right now. I do remember this one. This is within our range. But yeah, getting back to your pawpaws.
So the
Oh,
job's simple.
one of the fruits on my bucket list for sure. To both grow and eat. I never even had one, but I've heard such wonderful things about it.
Quartermaster won't budge. But I can throw in a pass.
One of the largest fruits of North America. I think the largest flower of flowering trees in North America. And just it sounds super
See what I can
delicious. Like banana custard is what I've heard it described as. All right, let's do this. I remember this quest. This is a good one. Oy. Oh, my goodness. Alright, we need our horse for this. Again, Roach, is this as good as you can do?
Faster.
Down this way. Hold on 1 second, Blood. I'll get to your message. That's a big jump. Ah. Oh, I remember this one. Oh. Whoop. We gotta save this dude. Don't like killing dogs, but I don't want them to kill a human. So, pretty simple choice. Alright, let's see what you got there, Black. It's the largest fruit we have in North America. I want to plant a lot of the native species, but I also want to use some hardy invasive ones as well. I'm disabled. I need plants that are harder to kill than to keep alive. That's not a bad strategy at all. Definitely commend you on that one. And if that means I smother my swamp in foreign greens that grow like kudzu, I'm okay with that. Did you know kudzu is actually edible to people? I'm pretty sure I remember reading that somewhere. Again, always double check. Don't just take my word for any of this stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's edible to people if you like blanch it.
Come out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, you do want to be careful with invasives, like especially if they're
When did you
considered
last
noxious
eat?
weeds.
A week back, half a charred squirrel and a handful of berries.
This one I don't know. Is it better to give them money or is it better to give them food? Probably food, because who knows if they're able to even go purchase things? No, I think probably food is better.
Here. Be sure to share it with the others.
Thank you. Here, for you. For your kindness.
But anyway, be careful with invasives. But there's a lot of things that are listed as invasive or even noxious that it really all depends on your point of view. In my area, we have a weed that invades lawn. It's called Creeping Charlie. It's a member of the mint family, and it will take over a lawn without too much trouble. It does have some light requirements that
Let's go.
tend to hold it back in certain areas, but yeah, it'll take over your lawn. And for some reason, people just don't like it. And it's listed, I believe, even as a noxious weed, not just an invasive weed. But it's one that's causing, I think noxious means it's causing economic damage, which I guess is true if you consider lawn to be a good economic product. But the thing about Creeping Charlie is, for one thing, it needs 0 fertilizer. It needs 0 watering. It may need mowing once a month, but that's it. And when you do mow it, because it's a member of the mint family, it puts off a particularly fresh smell. And it just looks like little single kind of round-shaped leaves that creeps across. And beyond that, it has flowers that are really good. Oh, hold on. Gotta deal with these monsters. And there's flowers that are really good for bees. So it's like win, 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 win. It's so many wins stacked on top of each other that I'm like, well, this is just a superior thing. If you really need to have lawn, and there's nothing saying you have to have lawn. Oh, hold on there. Roach, you're kind of getting in the way there, bud. Alright, now I need my Axie. I learned this trick that if you use Axie... Oh, shoot. If you use Axie on an Alghoul, you get them to retract their spines. Roach, you're really not making things easy. So anyway, Creeping Charlie. If you absolutely have to have a lawn sort of a thing, like low growing kind of open area, why not just make your lawn out of Creeping Charlie? It's superior in every way to the standard lawn grasses. Yes, mutagen, but not an algal mutagen. That's too bad.
Clawed and gnawed. Necrophages fed here. But all the wounds they
Yeah,
inflicted
good idea to
are
kill your lawn
post-mortem.
because really it's just a drain on your resources. It's a drain on the environment. As far as like bees are concerned, your lawn is a desert. So if you're not using it, especially like most people are not, especially say a front yard. Most people don't use their front yard. It just sits there and looks away.
Footprints. A survivor?
It serves no
Either
good
that or the monster's a humanoid.
to really anybody, except for people who have really outdated standards of aesthetics. Where, how did I lose these tracks already? Sometimes those Witcher senses aren't all they're cracked up to be. So it goes to here, and then what? It looks like it climbs up in a tree, maybe. So yeah, I'm not sure what a southern analog to Creeping Charlie. But you may have Creeping Charlie in the south. I don't actually know what its range is, but there's always something that does better, that performs about as well, performs all the things that grass performs. Let's put it that way. And if you really don't want it to be like a lawn at all, sure, yeah, just put in a bunch of edible plants. Stuff that actually does you some good. That also can look really nice. Where am I going? What do I have yet to examine here?
Clawed and gnawed. Necrophages fed here. But all the wounds they inflicted are post-mortem.
Alright, is that what I was supposed to find? I don't know. I feel like something's not triggering right.
Clawed and gnawed.
Yeah, clawed and gnawed. Okay,
Necrophages
got it.
fed here. But all the wounds they inflicted are post-mortem.
Let's see what you got. There's a perennial peanut that people in the heat use as ground cover. Oh, that's really cool. A perennial peanut. Nice. Yeah, clovers is one of the best lawn. Like, even if you wanted to have a traditional lawn, mixing in clovers is really good for it. Tracks bees is edible to both humans and any sort of grazer. And also it fixes nitrogen. It adds to the soil fertility. So clover is amazing. And also I found it's really good at attracting predator wasps, the kind that will parasitize pests. It's got those, you may have seen them, it's got this long thing that's not actually a stinger. It's actually an ovipositor. And it's how it, here's where we're supposed to look. It's how it injects its eggs into its prey, and then the prey, or then the eggs hatch and eat it from the inside. Good stuff to have around. And clover, I found, is really good for that sort of thing. Okay, I think I've examined everything here. What am I missing?
Clawed and gnawed.
Yeah, okay. Clawed and gnawed.
Necrophages fed here. But all the wounds they inflicted are post-mortem.
What am I missing? Oh, here's the other one.
Look like claw marks. But here, an arrow. Shaft's broken off right at the skin.
Okay, is that enough? Examining. We're good.
Something's fishy here. I should follow these tracks.
Okay, so now the tracks will work. Let's hope. Oh, yes. Somehow new tracks appeared. I don't know why I couldn't have followed them before, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Sometimes these quests get a bit wonky. Oh, is that Celadine? Yes, it is. We need that. And it leads me to a bunch of...
Might want to look around some.
Oh, great. Bunch of drowners. That's fun. So drowners I've found that often Ard works really well. You can blow them down and then just one-shot them. There's a lot of these dudes. Oh, they're only level 4. Yeah. Oh boy, we're getting in there. Gotta eat some. Need to get my Quen back on. Come on, Quen. Come on, Quen. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Pressing the wrong button. Ah, I hate that.
Stop! A stranger! Saw him over there!
Freaking A, man. Level 4 drowners should not be this hard to destroy. Come on. There we go. Just you left, buddy. Maybe I can finally use my freaking Quen. Jeez. Oh, that was way too difficult. Should not have come to all that. So you say the great thing about such a wet habitat is I can't walk 6 feet without frogs diving out from under your path. We are drowning in frogs and toads. The alternative to raised beds was to go all in on Chinampa style. Oh, I love Chinampas. Of trenches, and have a much smaller list of plants I could grow, though. But it could bring the frogs all the way into the garden. Yeah, man, frogs are gonna be your best ally against a wide variety of pests. That's definitely a good idea. Alright, I think that does it. Just gotta look around here. Oh, more footprints.
One step more and you'll gain a new hole in your head, Dwan. What do you seek here? Speak!
Let's see. We'll be
Need to
straightforward.
talk to your commander. It's important.
These
I
are
don't
elves,
trust you.
in case it was not
Figured
clear.
as much when I saw your bow aimed at me. Still have me in your sight. And I'm just not prone to doing stupid things. I can assure you of that.
I'll be assured when you hand me your weapons. Come on, your swords. Drop them, and I'll take you to Venosio.
Yep, we'll go along.
Fine. Lead the way.
All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day there, Blatt. I hope to see you again. We're doing permaculture stuff tonight, so you'll definitely be interested in that. And tonight's topic is soil. So tune in around. I think it's going to be 5 p.m. Central Time. So
Vanguard.
translate that
Strange.
as you need.
No monsters trouble us.
Yeah, should be a real good one. Mike Hogue
Might
is
not
amazing.
trouble you, but the Redanians are convinced something prowls these woods. Hired me to kill it.
Well, they're mistaken. It's not the first time. There's no monster here. Your work is done.
This isn't a game. Men have died.
Soldiers have died. Radovid's soldiers, serving the man who torments the Enshay from the Great Sea to the Blue Mountains. Soldiers who joined in massacres, tortured our brothers, raped our sisters. I shan't cry for them. And will not stop attacking those transports. We must eat, same as you. So you've a choice. Leave now and forget what you've seen, or die.
So yeah, Radovid is a huge racist. He hates all non-human races. He hates all magic users. He hates everything that's not just straight ahead human, I guess. So I don't feel too bad that his transports are being attacked. I don't feel too bad that his supply lines are being hurt by this. I don't, on the other hand, want the refugee camp to be punished for this, or any surrounding areas. But that's really out of my hands. What is in my hands is I can help out a people that have been severely oppressed by humans.
Do what you will. I'm not about to get involved.
So I think this is one case where, again, not getting involved
Give him
is
his things.
the right
Toss
thing
in
to do.
something for those transports. Wise decisions should be rewarded. Vafael.
So I think this is the right move. Because, seriously, fuck Radovid. Let's get some silk for our troubles. Oh, somehow we managed to... Oh, I remember. I wanted to see what was in here. I can't remember what that's all about. That might be kind of fun. So we'll call our horse back before we go and find some more message boards and whatnots. And I suppose we should also turn in our contract. Oh, couldn't find anything. Sorry. I got some allspice. Nice. Where is that crossing? Oh, I don't want to go all the way down to the water. Ah, I've been stupid. Yeah. Oh, Let's turn around there, Roach. Yep, sorry to bring you this way. I didn't mean to do it. It's not where I was aiming for at all. Oh, you didn't like that, did you? Sorry. Sorry again. Must have missed this drowner from before. What is that? Guessing it's another drowner? Yeah, let's go get him. Yeah, we're on Quan. Maybe we should try throwing a bomb this time. I don't often use the bombs. Oh. Don't have any equipped. It might help to equip it, huh? Yes. I know. Oh, I haven't used a runestone. I got you. What do we got? Chance to stun. Adrenaline point gain. Chance to cause burning. That's usually a pretty good one. Sign intensity is always good though too. We'll do sign intensity. I use a lot of signs, so I think that should work out well. Alright, why don't I have bombs in here? There we go. I'll put that up in there as well. Should we try the Devil's Puffball? I don't think I've used that one ever. Stop doing that. One more to go. Let's hope we can finish this quick. So I'm not quite sure how well that Devil's Puffball worked in our advantage. Poor guy. Probably just going down to fish or something. Where are you, Roach? There you are. Pretty soon I'm going to need to meditate here. Replenish all my crap. Well, let's see what time it is. I do want to keep good track of time today. Only 2 o'clock. I got a while. I can still do this. I had dental work done today, so I had basically the day off. Was not needed at my normal job, so that was nice. So I get to spend it doing this instead. It's always fun. Even when it's laggy as hell. So what do we have here? Oh, this was the children's place. What was the place I wanted to check out then? I'm not even sure. Must have been over on that opposite bank then somewhere. But where? There was like a whole encampment over here. Maybe it was just this. That's probably actually it. We'll go back to the commander first though. Jump. There we go. Thank you. Hope I find a place of power soon, because I'm sick of this year and being my bonus. Oh boy. Sorry, everybody. Maybe I should get off my horse. Getting hung up on all the scenery.
You're back, finally. Did you get the beast?
So, if we were... I don't know what kind of a monster would choose ratting out the Scoia'tael at this point, after you told them that you would leave their secret be. So no, we did not find anything.
No. Searched the woods, didn't find a thing. Might have moved on.
That, or you're one shite witcher. What are you still doing here? You're not getting any coin. Just a kick in the arse if you're lucky. Get lost.
That's the end of that.
Asking for her. Should be waiting when the Baron's men lay their hands on her. Burn the village down.
Ye seek trouble? Don't. It'll find
Faster.
Alright, look out, dude. Ah! Why are you walking in front of a horse? I gotta figure out where I'm going again. So we're gonna take this fork all the way over there. Sorry. Do did we pick right? I hope so. Yep, there's the village we're looking for. Yeah, yeah.
I'll not give her up, not on me life.
They hear her squealing. They'll kill us and take her all the same.
There it is.
So I'll slaughter her myself, hide her corpse beneath the floorboards. Those bastards won't have her.
This must be related to the Baron's decree to give him all the livestock. I guess it's extended to pigs as well. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yep, don't know what that means. So we'll leave that up. That, a plea kind folk for lack of a better fare. I fed my youngins penny. Oh yeah, we already got that one. Help send them off. To other day, our Falabor died. Don't know what that means. We have no means to bury him properly, nor a white shirt in the house, nor cloth for a shroud, nor planks or a coffin. If there's aught you can spare, please help, please. Or help, please. If we don't send him off to the next world proper like, he'll haunt us all in revenge. Nessie. Okay. And let's see, missing Mikkel. My true-born brother Mikkel is missing. Anyone who finds him, or at least finds out where fate has met with him, be generously rewarded. And I'll slip in a good word for the Baron about you as well. You'll find me at the inn of the Crossroads, Bruno. Let's go talk to him. Oops, didn't mean to do that. talk to this dude first.
Looking for a man. Goes by Hendrik.
What do you want with him?
Want to talk to him.
What about?
Give me a bottle of something strong.
This is going to be a tough decision. I genuinely don't know
I'll open the back way for you.
what the best choice is.
Got company. Who is it?
Innkeep, vodka.
Who's this? Brave warrior, looks like. Got 2 swords, see?
Oi, grey boy. What's the point of having 2 swords?
Wonder if he keeps an extra prick in his trousers too.
You fucking deaf? Gonna say who you are? Or do I need to loosen your tongue with me knife?
Nice folks.
How about I buy everybody around?
Why would you?
Got the coin for it. Simple as that.
I don't drink with strangers.
We share a round, won't be strangers anymore. Then we go our separate ways.
And which way might yours be?
I don't know. I don't know what the right choice is.
On my way to Novograd.
City of whores and whoremongers.
Yeah, you sound a lot better than that, buddy.
To your health. And mine.
Bottoms up.
No, he accepted it. How about that? Did not actually know that's the way it was going to go.
If you want a rest, come with me. I've a bench you can use.
I guess the lesson is alcohol smooths everything over.
I step in the hut. And there's the bumpkin with what looks like his son. That's on the pretty side, I think to myself.
I gotta go talk to this innkeep again.
I said probably disguised his daughter.
Yep, bench. Cool.
Horson's always managed. Thanks for not starting a row with those swine.
Yeah, I didn't really want to
I
have
don't
to
generally
murder
poke
people.
my nose in other people's business.
Looking to
It's really
stay
hard to
put?
know.
No.
They obviously are not good people. They obviously like to throw their
I'm
weight
looking for
around
Hendrik.
and threaten people. But do
Man
you just
lives
murder
in
him for that?
Hetherington,
I don't know.
Don't know where that is.
Other side of the hill. Looked that away this morning, saw a strange glow. Imperials on the raid, perhaps. But who knows?
Anything else you can tell me about Hendrik?
Odd fellow. Arrived from who knows where and for no apparent reason. Shacked up with a widow whose husband was stabbed for a scrap of bread.
Baron's men don't like strangers.
Aye, and he stays out of their way. Always seems to know when they're coming. Always manages to disappear.
Thanks, Innkeep.
We do need to sell stuff to him as well. Greetings. I guess we're back at the bar again. We can ask about the Baron. I assume not all of you have been through this before.
Moniker. There a story to it?
A time ago, when he was still in the army, some Blackens had holed up in a dye works. Baron and his men were ordered to take it. Others might have bided their time, starved them out, but the Baron's an hasty one, attacked straight away. The Blackens surrendered. Baron and his men took most of them alive. But one of his blokes knocked over a vat of red dye. It all ran into the river. Folk took to saying that the river flowed red with blood. That the Baron had slaughtered his prisoners to a man. Been known as the Bloody Baron ever since.
Funny way to get a nickname, huh?
Kind of ironic.
Well, a week before, he'd massacred a whole squadron in Ingholm. But far fewer heard that story.
Oh, shoot. I just keep... Sorry, I'm being slow. Come on. Just trying to monitor chat, hey? Oh, here we go. All right. Ask more about the Baron.
He's not from around here, right?
He's Temerian, but from other parts. Folk say he deserted along with his company. Showed up here one day with his stragglers. They'd all had enough of the wandering. So they took the old lord's castle, and the Baron became master of Crow's Perch. Reckon once the Blackens feel sure they hold the land, they'll let him keep Crow's Perch, give him a true title.
That's the way to do it. All right, we do need to sell a bunch of stuff.
Wouldn't mind a drink. Show
Don't
me
have a
what you
chance
got.
to sell anything yet since we've been in Velen. Because I don't think we have. And of course, he doesn't want my stuff. Okay, cool. At least we can unload all this junk. Mugs seem like something my innkeep might be able to use. Those rusty bread knives. And, oh, here we go. Some Gwent cards. What is this one? Commander's Horn. That's a really important one. Siege Engine. Guardian Empire. Cool. Emir Var Emrys. Nice. Now we can play as the Nilfgaardians. Although I think we still probably don't have nearly enough of a deck for that. All right, we'll bid him farewell.
Thanks.
For now.
Farewell.
Now there was someone else in here we were supposed to talk to. Was it this dude? I guess he's the only one here. Bruno. Yeah, I think that's the right name.
A Witcher, and not a second too soon.
Understand you have a contract for me.
Oi, it's my brother Mickle. Been a week
Oh,
now since
Mickle.
he took the women of Bellows into the
That's
hills.
Mikkel.
The women of Bellows?
Bellows were a rich village, till the war passed through. Huts were burned down, larders cleared out, all the menfolk conscripted. Women were left to fend for themselves, without food nor shelter. No one wanted them. Redanians wouldn't let them into Novograd, so Mickle took them to the old mines. Get them out of the rain at least. And I've not had word from him since.
One guy and a bunch of women out in the mines. Yeah, we'll look for his brother.
All right, I'll look for your brother. How will I recognize him?
Shouldn't be hard. He was the only lad in a group of women.
Okay.
Corpses aren't always in a condition where I can determine the sex.
Corpses? Take it back. They got lost is all. But, if worst comes to worst, well, he had calfskin ankle boots, work of Master Clogs. Told him not to wear him into the hills, he'd only ruin him. But he was so proud of him.
Think I know enough. Thanks.
I guess so. Alright, let's do this one now. Find the missing brother in the mine near the end of the crossroads. Oh, this is above my level? Really? Well, 33. 33? Where is this on the map? And it's somewhere nearby too? Really? Right up in there, huh? Didn't even see a mine. Well, we're definitely not going to do that one. 33, wow. Where is this one? Bandit's treasure. Oh, yeah. We decided not to do that one. What else we got then? Wild at Heart. We could go. I guess that's the best. What's the main quest here? Alright, we'll find Hendrik, and then we will go do a secondary quest after that. 33. I just can't get over that.
Let's go.
Oh, they're shaking people down. So again, it's hard to know if I made the right decision there. Because these are definitely thuggish type people.
Come on.
Even if they are only doing it to sate their own hunger. They're preying upon the worst off of everyone. So I don't know if that's the right... Don't know if that was the right call.
Giddy up.
thinking maybe there'd be someone I could talk to here, but
God bless me.
I guess not. Oh, we gotta go on this one. Alright. Fair enough.
Run, Roach.
I don't know what that was all about. Man, you definitely see a lot of crows in Velen. Ah, we must have gone the wrong way. I don't know what we're supposedly hung up on here, but maybe we can jump over it? I don't know. Oh my god, come on. It's really just a bush. It's just a bush. Ugh. The stupidest thing I've ever seen. We are stuck in a bush. Let's go, man. Jump or something. Why? How? How are you stuck in a bush? Oh my god. How obnoxious was that? Ah, yes. I noticed it's supposed to be springtime, and yet here we are coming into a field of
Air is
frost.
strange, like dropping into a deep cellar on a hot day. And the mist.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna go house to house. Oh, there are some doggos around. Oh, well. We'll see what we can find before we have to deal with them.
Village wasn't plundered. Hut wasn't looted. These weren't raiders or thieves.
Lucky for me, hey? She Who Knows. Let's read that one. That sounds ominous. Folks say they were four at first. The mother, she who knows, the lady of the wood, came here from a faraway land, and since she suffered terribly from loneliness, she made 3 daughters out of dirt and water, as one does. A long, long time ago, the mother was sole ruler of Velen. Her daughters brought her the people's requests and served her as her voice. Each spring, sacrifices of grain, animals, and men were made to the ladies of the wood on her special night. Yet the years passed, the lady of the wood slipped deeper and deeper into madness. Her madness eventually spread over the land. Men took to abandoning their homes and setting out into the bog, where they became food for beasts. Before long, Velen was drowning in blood. The daughters saw their land nearing destruction and took it upon themselves to save it. When the spring came once more, and with the night of sacrifices, and with it the night of sacrifices, they killed their mother and buried her in the bog. Her blood watered the oak atop Ard Serbin, and from there on the tree grew wholesome and hearty fruit for the people. As for the lady's immortal soul, it refused to leave its beloved land, and so the sisters imprisoned it. To this day, it lies trapped beneath the whispering hillock, where it thrashes about in a powerful rage. That's an important story to keep in mind for much later on. It's going to be a while before we get to that part, but just remember that. Always one, isn't there? There we go. Oh, rotting flesh. I'm so glad I worked that out. Get some fires going in these houses, warm them back up. Stop.
Looks like folk were here moments ago. Whatever happened to the villagers happened awful quick.
Let's see what we got here.
Traces of ice around the footprints. Really?
Really? Almost corpse in the house. Let's see what that's all about.
Face scorched. Hard to identify.
Look like nice boots, though. And we didn't know what his face looked like anyway. Oh, okay. So that's all we have to say about that. Cool.
There's a draft. Gotta be a space under this rubble. Guess I should do some cleaning.
Locked. Darn. Is it for this house? one's not much left to it. Let's continue on. See what we got here. Oh, why do people keep... What? I don't know why I'm even taking the rotting flesh, to be honest. Old goat hide, on the other hand. Well, well. Stuff out onto that hut, maybe? No, I'm not seeing anything. Oh. Those dogs are not going to move, are they? That sucks. I don't like having to kill dogs. Oh.
That stench.
Now we can talk to the lone survivor.
Be gone! Leave me be, whoever you is! Get away!
Very odd bonnets they like to wear in this area.
It's over.
Guess it keeps the hair out of your face when you're working. Maybe that's its utility. I don't really know.
Aye, it's over. All's past, never to be restored. I'll not forget that ever.
When we're going through snow, I don't know why it's making water noises. A little bit of an oversight there.
Looking for a man named Hendrik, supposed to live in this village.
Aye, he did. No longer. They nabbed him in that hut. If you'd have heard the cries, sir. If you'd have heard how a man can scream, how he can suffer.
So they're coming right for him.
Tell me what happened here, step by step.
They took him. Took them all. The sun was waning, see, and the dusk went crimson like blood. Thought to myself, strange, the toads, I cannot hear them.
It's the wild hunt again.
I know not what happened there, save terror through and through. Hendrik screamed, then he begged. By the end, he could do naught but moan.
They set fire to the villages, although most of the huts don't look burned. But, minor detail. Pretty fearsome costume, gotta admit.
Weren't here long, the terrors. Yet the village froze like in the heart of winter.
You in that hut when they rode off?
No, and I'll not set foot there. Never.
Farewell, and peace of mind to you.
I just noticed the veins are popping out all over my face. I guess from the decoction. I guess my blood toxicity is pretty high. Stuck in the stupid branches. Been to this house already? Yeah, there's a cart in front of that one. Got it. Oh boy. Whoa. Got so stuck my head flew out of my body for a second there. Come on, Geralt. Move like a real human. I don't think I checked inside this guy's house yet. No, it's locked though. I did find him already. I don't know why I didn't recognize him as Hendrik. That's bizarre. Guess you have to do it in a certain order.
Tortured him. Maybe they missed something. Need to check his pockets. Trousers are stiff, as if hung out to dry midwinter. Maybe hid something in his jerkin. Damn, he's cold as ice. Nothing here. Should check his boots. Blood, congealed. Key hidden in his boot. Gotta fit a keyhole. Somewhere nearby, hopefully.
It's already found. What? Sometimes the game does this sort of thing, and it annoys me. Ooh, a vial. Missing Tamara Stringer, daughter of the Bloody Baron, presumed kidnapped. Hearty reward for whoever brings her back.
Interesting.
Indeed it is. £120. That's a nice little payday. Something straight out that way. Weird.
A ledger. Payment for a sack of grain. Amount due for a charcoal shipment. Hendrik was masquerading as a merchant. What's this? Notes among the ledger entries. Clever. Interesting headings. Missing and wanted. Subject appeared in Skellige, also cited in Novograd. Appearance unchanged. Ashen hair, scar on her face.
Sounds like Siri.
Avoids contact with others. Drunken swine. So-called Baron hosted subject at his castle, or should I say, illegally appropriated fort.
Illegally.
Reason unknown.
There's law
Talked to
in the
Baron
middle
at
of
Crow's
war.
Perch. Clashed with a witch. Subject landed in swamp, encountered a witch. Conflict ensued.
So he's been tracking Siri.
Find the witch.
Which is
Talk
why
to the peasantry.
the Wild Hunt wants him.
Caution advised. I'm being observed. Don't know by whom or why. Unsettling signs. Dog ran off. Water in bucket froze solid. Strange glow observed in the sky. Ill omen, peasants say. Somehow they learned Hendrik was looking for Ciri, thus the torture. I'm too late. My only leads, the Baron and some witch. Damn.
Where am I on the map? New quest, the Bloody Baron. I'm way up here, huh? Okay. I'm pretty sure all this Northern Reach stuff is out of my league. So, I don't know. Is there a reason to go to that tower other than it looks cool? I don't necessarily know. Let's just go here and check this out. Alright, before we travel, time to meditate finally. So we can go in one of the houses. Oh, not that one. Can I get in this one? We'll meditate a while. And off we go. Where's my horse? There you are. Just hanging out.
Move it!
Why are you being like that? Crow's Perch. Finally get to meet the Baron.
Quite the work my man's got, eh? Not half bad. Brought him a bucket of peelings.
Spot a cider for you? For a bit of dry curd? Me lad, it's not exactly bursting, but what I got's sure to please.
Probably just sell the junk here. Ooh, you can play Gwent too. What time is it? Must be getting close to 3. I think I'll probably wrap it up around 3. Alright, so if anyone needs fancy clothes, it's this place. What? Why do I have these weapons not equipped? That's bizarre. Should not be the case. Broken rake. Who couldn't resist that? I want to get to unload my rotten meat. Alright. Sell him a copy of The Wild Hunt. I have not read hardly any books. Jeez. All right. Ooh. He has his Arcanian Fire Scorpion. That's a good one to have. Oh, I think that might be better than my current saddles. I'll have to check. Oh, wait. Weird. I sold him the Wild Hunt, but where did it go? Oh, there it is down there. Alright. Let's play some Gwent.
How about a few rounds of cards? Gwent specifically.
That'll probably be where we end it. We'll leave the Baron for the next time. He's one of my favorite characters in this game. Although he's not always an admirable one. I think that ought to do it. Probably get rid of Zoltan then, how to get rid of a card? One second. We need him. Dang. We'll try our best with this hand. Definitely want to keep that decoy. Oh, I got the synergy of those two. So it's going to be our throwaway cards anyway. That's not actually that bad. We can do plenty with this. Okay. What do we want to do? Guess we'll just play Vez. And then we will win the round. We get an extra card now, so he's only one card ahead. If only I had a clear weather. Zoltan. That's a crap card. I don't think he's going to win this. Let's bring him back a... yeah. See, he's got Trebuchet, so he's going Siege as well. Well, we're going to be all in. We're going all in. Let's see him beat that. Was it worth... I mean, I suppose we can get one more point. If we do that. Oh. I think we probably got it. So this is going to affect him more than me. So we'll play our last card. And he only had a Biting Frost. Hey, not bad, not bad. I don't have cards. Why would I have to? All right, not too shabby. I wonder if I get a card for that. 10 crowns. All right. Vampire Arcane. Fun. Okay, so we'll be heading up there on our next episode. That's definitely a good place to stop for the day. Hope you all had fun. I sure like doing this series. It's a fun little, I guess, break from the heavy politics and stuff like that. So I will see you next time. As always, thank you to my patrons, Mike E. and John T. And if you have anything that you can spare to donate to keeping this stream going, I highly encourage you to go to patreon.com/bread_theory. And then we have our $5 a month club. And it definitely helps support doing this sort of thing more often. The goal is to eventually make this at least a part-time gig. Otherwise, if you can't support anything financially, well, I totally understand. But you can always share with a friend who likes this sort of thing or likes other sort of political and permaculture sort of content that I do, that helps tremendously to grow my reach and help me reach, my goals. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Oh, I got to leave it in a cool angle. Yeah, there we go. So we're looking ahead to the future. Oh, why is that thing popping away? Oh, that's annoying. There we go. All right. So yeah, hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye. Actually, tonight. Yeah. I should plug that once more. Tonight we are doing another sit-in on a permaculture design course put on by Mike Hogue of Transformative Adventures Permaculture. It'll be at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, and tonight's topic is on soils. It should be a good one. I know soil doesn't necessarily get your fires burning and stuff like that. But it is a really important topic when it comes to growing things. We would be lost without the vibrant soil community that helps support the plants that help support us. And so it should be a good time. Tune in, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. See y'all then.